Okay, hello? Alright. Thank you all for your patience. I apologize. At least it wasn't my fault. OBS just decided to crap the bed on me, but that is okay. Kitty has gotten her treat. She has gotten belly rubs. She is hopefully not going to be an interruption. In the meantime, we can get back to Meraxis. Alright. We have our heating towers. We have our heat pipes. Just occurred to me that I'm going to need to get water into here. Let's see. Let's see, we were doing that like this. Let's see. No. Dome is in the way. I swear that wasn't the case over there. Okay, whatever. As long as it works. You voided some fish to get rid of more uncommon fish food. I'm not voiding fish. Oh, also, I don't need this anymore. All of that beautiful molten salt that we just no longer need. Nor do we need that. 120. Oh, isn't that what I fed the cat? She got... What did she got? The pink churro, whatever that is. Tuna and scallop. So I guess technically... Okay. Water coming in this horrible thing this way. And then heating tower. Okay. Let's not be stupid about this. Okay. Here's a fun fact. Did you know you can filter your heating tower slots? Yep, just middle click on the heating tower slot and you can set this to whatever you want. I'm going to set this to greater than normal quality in the first slot. So hopefully this will consume higher quality rocket fuel before normal rocket fuel. I'm also just going to take advantage of the sub-fuel request to throw a bunch of rocket fuel into here. Okay. That then gets us a whole bunch of steam. Let's see, I have turbines on me somewhere. Yes, okay, I have my remaining turbines. What happened to the stream? So OBS decided to, like, half crash on me, like, 2 hours ago. And then when I tried to momentarily switch the scene to the Be Right Back scene while I fed the cat a treat to get her off my back, it decided to crash entirely. So I just took a few minutes and restarted the stream when I got back. Apparently it was very funny. It cut out in the middle of me muttering to myself, I wonder if does this work while OBS it, and then just nothing. Okay, this in theory gets us power down here. We have power. Is that the right fuel in that pipe to the turbines? Yes. It should be steam coming in here. Atmosphere is already coming in here. Alright. Now, we actually get to, like, do a thing. Pipe has a blue line on it. It's fine. Yeah, there's nothing... I've already flushed all this. One thing I did do is forget to reconnect that. That would be helpful. It's atmosphere in the steam pipe because it's connected. It better not be. I very specifically put an underground pair in here for it to not do that. Yeah, that's just the normal steam icon, not the atmosphere icon. We should be okay. Yeah, okay, they're pass-through, but I have an underground pipe here, perpendicular to that. It was mixed earlier, but I fixed that problem. Actually, it just occurred to me with them being passed through, I probably only need to... I mean, there was water in here earlier. I'm assuming that this will fix itself when we actually get steam in. Oh, you know what I didn't do? Cannot surface... come on. Thank you. One thing I didn't do was, circuit limit the fuel insertion into the heating tower. Not that that really matters, but I would still like to not have to think about that potentially dying on me. Okay, 500 some. We are pushing steam through. Okay, you, read temperature. You, only insert if T is less than, let's say, 600. Okay, we will shortly... $525.52. $525.53. What is stuck? getting for source items? You have plenty right here. Why is this stuck at 525.53? Why is this just not producing a ton of steam? I guess you could be not producing a ton of water. No, you're fine. 150 a second. Have your pipeline all the way over. Yes. Yes. It's working fine. It's filling the pipe. Okay, now the temperature's climbing. I don't know why it seemed like it was stuck for forever there. But okay. We have atmosphere. We have steam. We need a bunch of rocket fuel in there. Okay. Look at that. We are getting tiny little bits of power down here. Beautiful. Alright. Still not sure that setup is right. You filtered the heating tower to common and rare rocket fuel, but the blue chest had uncommon too. I filtered the heating tower to one slot of common as second choice and anything above common as first choice. So in theory, that consumes quality rocket fuel before non-quality rocket fuel. Okay. Now then. I need... Yeah, I can set that as fuel filter, exactly. Do I not have any... I think I need to travel back up, don't I? Yeah, I don't have any... Hang on. Where is an offshore pump? Hydro plant, please. You. Let's see. You. Oh, what am I missing? Worm specimen. Right, takes in fish food. There we go. Yes, you. Oh, I'm being a little silly. Okay. You need fish food and confinement cells. Which means you... One fish food, one confinement cell. Great. Need to take... actually... Okay, those only stack to 10 each? Okay. So this brings down fish food and confinement cells. And sends back specimens. Okay. Add waypoint. Three. If I do submerge again, does that get it back up? I'm in remote view. Okay. If we say item count worm specimen equals 100. Okay. No, you need to submerge first. There you go. Then here. Now this is going to do a fat load of nothing right now because I didn't bring any fish food down with me. But if we go fix that ourselves, this should theoretically start working. Okay, let's see. This set to 100 and fish food is at least 100. Get that out. Thank you. Fish food. Let's store 200 in here of the regular quality stuff. And then in theory, we use filters to grab worm specimens out. Enable only if worm specimen is less than, let's say, 200 in the logistic network. Okay. Ah, no. Well, I guess. Where's my fish food? Or did it give that? I'm looking in my inventory and not the sub's inventory. I'm an idiot. Okay. Get that all out. Then travel back. Yeah, this music actually comes with the mod. This is a song called Mermaids. Cirrus, Meraxis, and Rubia all have their own music, although the VODs did get copy claimed for the Cirrus and Meraxis ones, so apparently there's some copy issue going on there, but that is okay. Worse things have happened. I'm not monetized on the stream channel anyway. Okay. Cool, we have created our first worm specimen. We are slowly shoving that into sub-inventory. That plus salt plus saline water in a hydro plant. Makes us the ability to put silos underwater. Oh, geez. I just realized. Okay. Right, this is made in a hydro plant. Which means I can't count on... Okay, so instead I have to count on this being 0. Because this only stacks to 10. Yeah, there exists a... Wait, I can't even count on that, can I? Okay, I think I need to use that selector combinator trick again. Okay. First we are going to... use a selector combinator, long-handed inserter, jeez. Yes, the hydro plant does have internal quality. Base quality plus 50%. So you have to deal with quality on this planet. A lot. Okay. Let me think. I need a selector combinator and a decider combinator. I need to look at both sub-inventory and chest inventory. I need to quality transfer each. And then I need to say, where'd my decider go? Here we are. And I need to say that the sub leaves when the total number of worm specimens of any quality is at least 100. No, 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 no. Thank you. You're not done yet. I need to test that this actually works. Let's see, I don't have any... I do have speed modules on me. Okay, let's hurry this along for now. We have the power to spare. Okay, we are climbing the way we expect. Yeah, this is why we can't count on having 100 specimens in the sub's inventory. Okay, 89 specimens? What are you low on? Oh. You are low on these because I still have some in my inventory for some reason. Along with fish food. And some worm specimens. Okay. And then it goes away. That is, I think, what it needs to do. Then we race it back to base. Okay, good. You're not consuming any fuel actively. Okay, you have a bunch of... Okay, great. Uh-huh. Knew it. Okay. Any quality of worm specimen, blah, blah, blah. Alright. I'm gonna follow it back down, make sure it's doing what I think it's gonna do. Oh, goodness. Kitty is meowing again. I don't know if you all can hear this. Somebody has feelings. Okay. Come down here. Down off. Six, 47, 48, 49, etc., etc. With enough legendary beacons, can you cancel out the 50% quality? I haven't done the math, but I don't think so. It does occur to me now that I really should tear down my entire hydrogen and oxygen build to create quality salt, because that is... Hang on, right. Pay attention. 100 of any quality and it leaves. Okay. Great. I can take that back. Speed doesn't really matter here. More importantly, yeah, it takes worm specimens, it takes salt. So I also need to be throwing... I also need to be making salt with a hydro plant. Because I then need to be... combining quality salt with quality worm specimens. Hello again, Rainy. Yeah, I assume the math is not friendly. Welcome back. Okay. How many... Yeah, we're gonna need a bunch of these. So... Okay. Well, make me some pipes. And what was the other thing you needed? Blue circuits. Link. Okay. I am gonna need a bunch of hydro plants for this. Stream did restart, Rainy. More pipes. Such a pain. Okay. Let's see. Rather than tear this down, I think I'm just gonna make a separate build. It produced 3 uncommon in a row because the hydro plant has an inherent quality bonus, which is extremely annoying. See that quality plus 50% off to the side there? Yeah. This is the new special building on Meraxis, and it is a pain to deal with. Okay. Let me think. Wait, do I need... No. Salt electrolysis. That was the recipe. Okay. So I need you taking in brackish water. The quality bonus is 50%, and a legendary tier 3 speed module only has a negative 2.5%. I don't think the math works. Okay. Yeah, it's a pain, to be frank. Okay. Let's say you void hydrogen. You void oxygen. You produce brackish water and salt of varying quality. Then I need... fine. course you gave me an uncommon. Okay. Can I just get a regular plant? No. Thank you. Okay. Anyway, you were doing salt electrolysis. No, you weren't. You were doing brackish water. Okay. Right, I needed that there. I needed... you producing brackish water. Void, non-normal, or legendary. Yeah. So I do have a bit of that going for some ingredients. This is to deal with quality fish food, in case that becomes too much of a problem. Okay. How do we want to build this? Not entirely, Rainy. There are a couple of things that require carbon fiber and tungsten plate. But it is possible to make molten metals from lava down on the seafloor. Good night, Chloe. So despite us shipping in a number of things here, which, by the way, I need to look at this. Yes, okay. Yeah, if I was playing this 100% correctly, there would be molten metals making piercing magazines to shoot fish and get microplastics. Okay, you get salt filters. You put a long-handed inserter into there. I should look at 219. That is going to clog eventually, isn't it? Yeah, we're bringing in... Okay. We need some carbon fiber to make the salt filters. We get some carbon fiber back sometimes from salt filter cleaning. Oh, that's what I need to not void the hydrogen and oxygen for. Okay, shoot. All Planets doesn't work anymore. I mean, it's mostly there for compatibility testing. Planets now have conflicting dependencies. That's annoying. Okay. need a chemical plant turning hydrogen and oxygen into water. And then I need that in a... How am I doing this? Okay, what I'm actually going to do... pump into here. Okay. With that in mind, what are we missing? We are missing a bit of water to kickstart the process. No, we are missing... Oh god, I didn't even think about quality salt filters. Okay. Okay. And then you are just normal, please. Can conveyors be placed underwater? I believe so? Yes. Yeah, of course they can. We're putting some undergrounds to get stuff into and out of pressure domes here. Saturated salt filter. Okay. That is finally what I kind of want to see here. And 80. Okay, actually what I'm going to do, I think those can void water. So what I'm actually going to do is... yeah. Okay. And then I need a tank to monitor contents. One, 2, 3. Fine. Actually, I can push that here and then put a pump here and only enable that if water is greater than 10k. Okay. Horrendously ugly. Can't negate quality, maximize it, just use drones for everything, or conveyor belt madness. It's... so eventually I would like to come back here and to megabase these things. And if we get to that point, I will happily throw sushi belts at the problem. 42 plus 80. It doesn't actually matter. We have power. Technically. Okay. Here we are getting our various quality salts. Here we are getting our various quality worm specimens. I need to do the same quality filtering here to get this to actually accept that. Eh. No, that's fine. My decider is here. Okay. Okay, that looks horrendously ugly, but quality transfer, target each. Okay. And then always true. Output, input count. Great. Actually, do I even need the decider here? I don't think I do. I think I'm just looking for total of all quality. Let's see. And then circuit connection. Worm specimen. All specimens of all counts. Only enable if less than 200 of all specimens of all counts. And then I need to do something similar up here. To do the same thing for salt. Only keep this process running if there is less than 200 of all salts of all qualities. And then whoops. No, can't have that interacting with the steam pipeline. Okay. Then thinking about writing a program to make a max amount of mods that don't conflict with each other. I mean, I'm not sure why you would, but you do you. Okay. Is less than... let's say 1K. Oh gosh, and I just realized that that is... okay. Hydraulic science pack, but... hydraulic science pack uncommon. Hydraulic science pack rare. Hydraulic science pack epic. Hydraulic science pack legendary. Do I have to do this outside the dome? I think I might. because I don't think I can put an offshore pump down. Yeah, I do. Okay. Ah, that still is outside. Okay. Try that again. There, filter you to uncommon. Filter you to rare. Filter you to epic. Filter you to legendary, and then slap this down on the outside and watch the magic work. Okay. We're making a whole bunch of science. Copy, paste, and make items and recipes a circuit signal. Yeah, I feel like I'm being punished a little for not doing that. Okay, now, we can't launch rockets off of here yet. Hang on. Ooh, we actually had a blackout. There, no more blackouts. Hopefully. Okay, anyway. We cannot get science off of here yet. So we need to research this on-site. That means we need to make a lab. Probably many labs. It doesn't quite work, Rainy. Rocket parts here on Meraxis require this additional sealant. Which, oh, that's what we need sulfur for. I'm still not sure how we get heavy oil. Petroleum gas cracking to heavy oil, but then how do we get petroleum? Hello, little one. Do we have opinions? Come here. Come up. No. No. Your life is fine, baby. That is a tier 4 speed module. That came from Cirrus. Extra speed, but inhibits productivity bonuses. There's also a tier 4 prod mod that decays to a tier 2.5 equivalent because it is radioactive. Ah, kitten. Okay. let's see. I need more requester chests. At least one. Oh my goodness, cat. Epic. 200. Rare. 200. Honey. Legendary. 200. Goodness. Heavy oil is complicated. You burn fish into carbon, merge it with the sulfur to get... Ah! That makes sense. Okay, I'll let this go for a little bit. What does Kitty want? Why are we being a booger? But you don't need too much because you get sulfur directly and there's a way to get plastic from fish. Yeah. No, I think we just need it for that. That one recipe. Okay, I should probably get around to importing rocket silo parts. What do I need to make a rocket silo? Bunch of steel, blue circuits, electric engines, pipes, and concrete. So I need steel and concrete. That is not enough. Now it's enough. And let's get concrete from Flagora. Flagora? Wait, is that even on the route right now? Apparently it is. Okay. Or on Flagora. Plastic from... It's... You joke about microplastics, but that's literally what it is. Here is a recipe called fish rendering, which combines a fish plus a piercing mag to get microplastics and jelly. And then you smelt the microplastics to get regular plastics. Hey! We did a thing. Also, there. Yeah, combine is a generous word to use for that. True. Okay. We have researched Project Snapdragon. Sea Dragon, sorry. Okay. Yeah, again, if I was going to be doing literally everything on here, I would be taking out molten metals and making sulfuric acid and blah 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 to actually get processing units and low density structures. But I will be importing those. From Volcanus, please. Okay. Not quite, but close enough. Spoiler, Meraxis gives you cheaper recipes. Yeah, I saw those. No, I don't think I'm going to mess with remaking the vanilla sciences here on Meraxis. I think I'm going to do the same thing I did for Volcanus and Gleba and Fulgora and limit them to just the planet native science pack. And ideally self-production of rocket parts. Please don't be too loud. Don't be too loud. What was that about not being too loud? I didn't quite catch that. Okay. Let's see, what are you still waiting on? Oh, right. Bunch of solar panels up here. I don't suppose we can make those. Sure. Okay. Hello, Blake. Good news, I finished the satellite after 12 years. Congratulations. Did I need you for anything? I don't think I... Oh! I did not actually have this set up to void water, which means this has just been clogged on water for forever. Okay, let's see here. Let's see. This has a quality minus 5%, so I would need 10 of these. So, in theory, yes. Okay, I need to look at super sealant substance. Okay. Sulfur, heavy oil, and hydrogen. Okay. I suppose that means I have to set up some fish burning. Which I cannot do in an assembler. Ah, of course that can only be done in a furnace. That makes sense. Ah, still... Wait, I don't think the problem is not enough solar panels. I think it's not enough accumulators. Am I bringing in accumulators from anywhere? Probably not. I'm not. You are going to... Okay. Let's also bring in a bunch of accumulators from Volcanus. Also, I suppose I can throw some efficiency modules in some things. Yeah, that probably helps. Let's see. You. Connect to logistic network. Only output if carbon is less than 200. You get filtered to carbon. Eh. 20 fish, trash unrequested. Okay. We have carbon. Why is Nemo in a chest? Let's not ask questions you don't want to know the answer to, Lil Franklin. I'm not sure if I'll be ducting up lava from the trench. I think it might make more sense to... There's lava and steam down there already. I think it makes more sense to just drag sulfur up from the bottom. Do I want a separate sub for this? I mean, I don't, but do I need a separate sub for this? I should. I need more of those. Where did those run off to? There they are. Okay. Okay. Let's see. Okay, we have a bunch of carbon. Oh, shoot. You know what? Okay, we can do this to make coal. But then we have to do coal liquefaction to actually get oils out of it. Well, that's the thing. If I'm going to bring in a few barrels of heavy oil from another planet, why would I not just bring in the heavy oil, period? You know? Like, if I have to do this anyway, why not just ship in a ton instead of a little? I mean, I could avoid this. I can get calcite locally. I can get sulfuric acid locally. I could set up simple liquefaction. But it is just so much easier to ship in barrels of heavy oil. And I think you're right. I think Fulgora sounds like the place to do that from. assuming I don't already have that set up on Volcanus, which I might. I'll have to check that in a second. Grab calcite from orbit. I have never really liked the just grab everything from orbit mentality. I'm not gonna go so far as to say there's something wrong with it. It just doesn't quite jive right with my brain. Besides, we can get calcite down here. There's a way to get it from, I think, limestone? Okay, let's look. Right, you have... Whoa. No. Oh, whoops. You're not making enough atmosphere barrels. Huh. Okay, here's my oil tile. That is a odd arrangement of coal. I think I am not making any heavy oil barrels attached to this. So probably Fulgora is the place to do that. Okay. Let's see. Where would we like to do that? Oh, hey, look at this convenient pump I already have set up. Okay, fill heavy oil barrel. You get dirt to... Where are you? Heavy oil barrel. Am I even making barrels here? I am not, because what on earth would I need them for? Okay. We will make those too. Next, empty barrel. Where did that go? Okay, you say there's barrels here. Where did those barrels come from? I don't know. Supposedly there are some barrels on this planet. Oh wait, I can just... Oh, that's cool. I've been controlling that based on output conditions this whole time, but apparently you can just connect assemblers directly to the logistic network. Did not know. Less than 400. Okay. We are making barrels. Now we are making heavy oil barrels. Okay, and now we go here. And import a whole buttload of heavy oil barrels from Agora, and then eventually we will have them here. Okay. Yeah, I had a ton, like 29,000 or so barrels on Volcanus, and that was because of, where is it? This. Because I am trying to make, because Volcanus is the best place to make foundation. And so there's this lovely little feedback loop that happens between the barrels you take off of Aquilo and the barrels you send back to Aquilo, since you can't make those natively there. So instead, I just had something set up to destroy them on Volcanus. And I think I might actually need to recreate that. How many barrels do I have right now? I'm not seeing anything horrendous here. Less than 500. Okay, I guess since we're not making foundation constantly, it's not a problem. Yeah, also, like, 500,000 walls on Aquilo. Which thankfully is also not a problem right now. Count my blessings. Okay. Right. We will soon be getting heavy oil barrels in. Should I just ship in sulfur too? No. Let's at least make sulfur here. I really don't have to do this, but... Okay. You get in subfuel. You take back a ton of sulfur. Oh yeah, overproducing something by accident is a rite of passage. Okay. Start here. You empty your inventory. Then you travel blah 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 blah. Yeah, later stream. Started in the afternoon. I was wanting to get off of Meraxis today. We will see if that ends up being possible. The heavy oil is for sealant that lets us make rocket parts underwater. Anyway, hi, Wrong Perfection. Glad to see you. Okay. Sulfur from lava made in hydro plant, because of course it is. Oh, which means I'm gonna have to deal with quality sulfur. I am so tempted to just ship this in. Feel gamers underproduce everything and then wonder why it isn't fully supplied. Okay. Did you... No, you've just been sitting there this whole time because... Okay. Submerge. Add waypoint. Okay. Submerge. Okay, this can't be... It's 5:40 a.m. for me. Your regular streams start at like midnight. Oh gosh, where are you located? 5:40 a.m. That puts you like what, Eastern Europe? My fun mistake was planning a base that can do 60 SPM and not realizing the copper need of yellow and purple science. I think that catches everybody at some point. Okay, circuit condition. You know what? Take this back. Inventory, empty inventory. I am just going to void any quality sulfur down there. Okay. Empty. Oh, right. Item count. Sulfur equals 0. Sorry, Kat decided she was going to try to get up on the kitchen counter. Equals 2,500. Okay. Now... Excuse you, human, that's her countertop. Okay. Let's see, this is made in a hydro plant, yes. Sulfur from steam and lava. And then I need, where's another one of those? These things. There it is. Okay. Use filter. Sulfur only of normal quality. Use filter. Sulfur of anything greater than normal quality. And you feed into some recyclers facing each other. St. Petersburg, Russia. What's down here? Why don't you just want to duct up the lava? Because lava is already down here and steam is already down here, and that's literally all we need to make sulfur. Ducting up the lava would require running a whole other duct. Lava is easier to send up than items. I don't know, I think this is plenty easy. What planets do I have installed? I have installed Cirrus, Rubia, and Meraxis. This was our Cirrus base before it died. This was our Rubia base before it also died. And now we are beating Meraxis, and are almost done with it. This is 1250. Because this only stacks to 50, not 100. Let's hope this one doesn't die. There's not much to kill it. Like, I guess it's possible, but I honestly can't think of how. Okay, you... Okay, no, you're doing exactly what I wanted you to do. You are slowly getting in a whole bunch of sulfur. Okay. Rubia is my favorite modded planet. It would be mine too if not for the aesthetic choices. There is an alt cut which I will have to install either some or part of for a mega base, but a poop rocket was kind of over the line for me. Okay. You. Sulfur, out. Yes, I do appreciate that Zipfire Wizard. I am debating whether to just install the whole alt cut. Let me think. Rocket parts are also made in a hydro plant, I think? Wait, no. It's... what am I doing? It's you that I need. Super sealant substance. Sulfur, heavy oil, hydrogen. Okay. We are going to pipe in hydrogen from here. Okay, that is made in a chem plant. Super sealant substance. Okay, hydrogen in. Heavy oil unbarreler. What am I doing? We are already barreling you. No. Heavy oil barrel. Thank you. And then we'll dump you out into here. Logistic network connect if super sealant substance. You stacked 20. So let's say if less than 400. Okay. When the sub comes back up, it dumps a bunch of sulfur in here. Try shooting your power plant when it's at max heat. Oh, I've done more than look at the update logs. For those who weren't around for Rubia, this is a thing. This is apparently not a joke. No, I am not going to turn it on. I do not have the requisite equipment. One can argue that I have not gotten the full Rubia experience because of that. But, I think I'll survive. Let's see. I need some steel. I need all of the concrete. I need... Okay, that should do it. I'm not importing any prod mods from anywhere, am I? Where's a good place to do that from? Where am I making prod mods? Volcanus, I guess, has a bunch of tier 2s. And you'll be back there soon enough. Sure. Let's import a bunch of prod tier 2s from Volcanus. Let's see, you have plenty of cargo space. Yes, you can use biochambers here. Can you get a positive loop from that so you don't have to deal with uncommon fish food? That's a good question. I don't know. I would have to do the math. Rubia base died because the turret coverage I set up was not perfect, and I did not have a mall or any repair parts or bot coverage or anything. LDS shuffle, but 4 fishing against quality. Let's see. You are not sub I'm looking for. Are we really still waiting down in the trench for the other one? Let's see. Okay, how full are you? Decently. Okay. You know what, I'm just gonna stay down here for a little bit and... Actually, do I need to do that? I totally don't. I can just watch it. I don't know what I traveled all that way for. Keep forgetting that the trench is something you can remote into. I guess it's not just the quality of fish food that matters, it could help make common plastic and carbon from the fish in biochambers. Yeah. I mean, uncommon fish food doesn't get you uncommon fish. Like, quality of the fish itself is thankfully not a problem that I actually seem to have to deal with. Okay, where did the silo go? There it is. Okay, is there anything else I need before I want to escape here? Blast productivity, sonar... Can also be placed on land for a huge coverage distance. that. Advanced beacon. Stone centrifuging? Stone to uranium ore. Fascinating. Deep sea research, which is the alternate science pack recipes. Liquid atmosphere, which I don't especially care about. Yeah, mostly this is used to eventually get us back to research prod. Research vessel. Pressurize science packs into a smaller size. Which I presume is just, yeah, that just makes rockets easier to launch functionally. We don't really need it. I think you can get enough nutrients to make a sustained fish loop. That might be interesting for a cargo landing pad capacity. Each level allows placement of an additional cargo landing pad. Well, that's a nice little feature. Promethium productivity. Promethium science pack productivity. Oh, wow. Okay, I may have pulled it up again. I think for us, we are just gonna wait for this to... Okay. Yes, that gets us our LDS, our blue circuits, our rocket fuel. Why do we have no ordinary quality rocket fuel? Don't tell me I have to recycle this too. I don't think you can... I think this has to take the same... I think this has to take base quality, yes? I'm pretty sure. Where did this go? Okay. We put a bunch in here. Yeah, that just treats it like cargo. Okay. So I have to void some quality rocket fuel. Great. I can use speed modules to decrease the quality chance, but not enough. Is the short answer. What am I doing? Okay, how did I set that up? I set that up by... taking all stuff of quality and combining it with circuitry. Okay, need another selector combinator. Hello, ABC. The short answer is I would need a ton of of quality modules to actually help with that. Of speed modules to help with that, and I don't think that is quite what we need. Okay. Quality transfer. Rocket fuel went here. Okay. $373. That should be outputting each. Thank you. Okay. And I need... Ah, no, not X. Go back. Thank you. Sorry, had a little heart attack there. Oh, hey. We have a rocket. Okay, let me set up this, Fire Wizard, you might want to come back for just a split second. Okay. Unlike Rubia and its shit rocket, I am totally okay leaving that sprite exactly as is. Okay. That is greater than 200, I feel like... Okay. We want mostly common quality rocket fuel. And we want solid fuel voiding itself. There we go. All right. Now, we have no way of getting science back off, but I don't care right now. We don't actually need it for anything. So let us take a look at our glorious Meraxis base, which has a totally stable power grid, no problems here at all. And why don't we... Let's see. Why don't we start by dumping all of our stuff into boxes. And our one piercing mag. Thank you for that. Alright. Shall we leave? Up in the fish kit, indeed. Glorious. Alright. that was Meraxis. Oh, yeah, the sprite goes away. The Rubia rocket did it too. Hello, Alkadir. I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. You have come in just as we have completed the third of our 3 planets for the next video. Yeah, exactly. It's the waterproof shell. Once you get above sea level, you don't need it anymore. Same with the feces around the Rubia rocket. It's just heat shielding or whatever. Pay no attention. It's fine. You weren't here for Rubia? Oh boy. Yeah, Rubia had a, well, to put it bluntly, a shit rocket. There are a lot of things about Rubia that are poop-themed, and most of those I could tolerate, but the rocket sprite was, that was something else. Yeah, I mean, it's thematic, Royal Ceiling. One certainly cannot say it wasn't thematic. Alright, back home we go. We are leaving the planet to say that we have beaten it. We have beaten it, we have returned home. The planet has been conquered. A larger base will wait for another video. I am planning on mega basing where I can. I'm not sure how much I care about doing that on Cirrus. It doesn't exactly provide you with a whole lot of real estate. And it doesn't contribute to research productivity. But bare minimum, both Meraxis and Rubia add their science packs to research productivity. So I think one can say we have mega based on them when I'm back to doing 3600 SPM of research productivity with both of their science packs included. But for now, we are just exploring planets, seeing what they have to offer, and then getting back off them. Yeah, Rubia has a number of science packs, and they were trips. Rubia's final challenge, making an unholy concoction with the DNA of life forms from various planets, optional. Yeah, Cirrus is fancy modules, fancy train fuel, fancy weaponry. We did get to try out a hydrogen bomb on the biters on Novice. I assumed this was the last planet you visit, so you just build the base here. There will be a base on Meraxis eventually. But this is, I think, where we hang it up for this upcoming YouTube video. And then we do Dyson Sphere Mega Basing, transporting the iron bacteria. I'm assuming you just transport the fruits and make the bacteria on site. I cannot imagine you actually have to transport the bacteria. Yes, we will be returning to Dyson Sphere program, trying to do our best to build big there, and then coming back to Rubia and Meraxis and doing our best to build big there. 1 quintillion hashes per minute, goodness. I think, isn't there an achievement in Dyson Sphere for getting 1,000,000 hashes in a minute? I want to say that's a thing. There is, okay. Alright, between the previous ill-fated stream and this one, I have been streaming for like, I don't know, 6-7 hours? I think I am going to hang it up here. I appreciate you all tuning in. Is there anyone we can raid on Twitch? Let's see, who else is playing Factorio right now? High speed? Dyson Sphere has alternate resources that can make some things a lot cheaper. Yeah, so I've seen. I am looking forward to getting into those. You all are gonna love why I didn't engage in, what's it called? I forget the name of the tech, but there's a way to get deuterium early on in Dyson Sphere that has like a 1% chance to give you deuterium instead of 50% guaranteed. And I only did fractionating. Yes, thank you. I did not do fractionation last time. And you know why I didn't do it? Because it doesn't say, or if it does, I totally missed it, that you also have a 99% chance to get the hydrogen back. I thought it was throw 100 hydrogen down the hole and maybe get a deuterium out. So of course I didn't do that. Why would I have done that? Alright. High speed is still streaming after 5 hours and 11 minutes. Alright. I think that is what we are going to do on Twitch. YouTube people, thank you for tuning in. I will see you whenever I decide to stream some Dyson Sphere, which will hopefully be sometime later this week. I'd like to get back to pipelining things so that I have one video being played, one video collecting gameplay footage while the next one is in editing and so on and so forth. So hopefully I will be starting that before actually releasing the next video. So sometime within the next few days. But in the meantime, thank you all for tuning in. I will see you all next time.